Good afternoon, my name is Peggy Simpson, and I'm going to be reviewing the NxStage System One Continuous Renal Replacement Therapy, or CRRT machine. Earlier this spring, I attended a 3-day seminar in Boston, Massachusetts to become a super user to be able to go over this equipment with you today. Stephanie Maley, a critical care clinical nurse specialist at the Albert Einstein Medical Center in Philadelphia, stated in her presentation, CRRT, it can be as easy as ABC and 1, 2, 3, that initiation, implementation, and maintenance of CRRT can be overwhelming for the ICU nurse. For this reason, our unit conducted a trial of 2 machines. Per staff evaluations, the NxStage machine was felt to be the easiest machine to utilize within our burn ICU. As so aptly stated on the NxStage website, the NxStage System One is designed to make CRRT therapies simple. I hope to ease some of your concerns by reviewing the machine parts and the important to know aspects of each. So first of all, we're going to talk about the one view, which is this portion of the machine. This is actually a computer, just like your computer that you have at home. Once you plug the machine in, the computer will automatically power up. Once that happens, you'll begin to proceed on through turning on the rest of the machine. The things that you need to remember about the one view are that you never unplug the machine without powering it down, because as I said again, this is a computer and it will mess up the drive within the computer. The next thing you need to know about this machine is that there is a reset button. So if you're having any difficulty or this screen goes blank, on the left-hand side of this machine in the back, underneath the power on and off button of the cycler, there is a reset button. You will just push the reset button and the computer will come back on. Now let's move to the next piece of the machine, which is called the cycler. The cycler is actually just the blood pump, which actually is going to push the pump of the blood through the machine. Okay, so this is the handle of the machine. Before you turn the machine on and start, you want to make sure that the machine is closed. Okay, once you turn it on, you're going to see several screens that are going to light up here in the front with numbers and letters which let you know that the machine is functioning properly. Let's talk about the face of the machine. One of the things that you need to remember, I think it's really easy to remember this, that green is always fluid, red is always blood, yellow is always urine or output. So the green is where you're going to see your therapy fluid. The red is your blood pump, how fast you're going to be running your blood through the machine. And the yellow is going to be how much fluid you're pulling off of the patient at each time. There are stop buttons, mute buttons, and again, we will discuss more of all of these functions as we move later into the class. So now that we've reviewed the machine, I want to tell you a story that we learned while we were in Boston. We actually had the opportunity to have lunch with the CEO of the company, and we were sitting there, we were all talking about the machine, and someone asked, how did you come up with the name of NxStage? That seems like a very odd name for a dialysis machine. So he was telling us that his family, they were traveling for the holidays. You know how you play games in the car with your kids, and they decided they would play the game of, let's name the dialysis machine for Dad's new company. So as they were sitting there talking, Dad was explaining to them what end-stage renal disease is and how it affects people's lives, and they were hoping that this machine was going to allow patients to have a normal life, to be able to press on and conduct their life without much interruption. And also for the ICU nurse to sit in the corner and just kind of hum so that the nurse could proceed on with her care of the day and not have a lot of interruptions from the machine. So as he was telling his children this, his son said, well, Dad, if it's called end-stage renal disease, I think you should name it the NxStage because you're moving them to the next stage of their life. So I want each of you to remember as you're setting up and you're caring for this machine that you're helping to move those patients to the next stage of their life. That this machine is going to help us proceed to that point. I want to encourage each of you to review the online manual, which is at nxstage.com. To also, our policy and procedure manuals are in the Burn ICU, and you even have the policy and procedure manual actually loaded into the computer. Thank you.